Hey there, this is Andrew Odom with Tiny Revolution, and today we're going to talk about hooking up your propane tanks to your tiny house or your RV or other portable home. Before you even hook up any propane tank, you're probably wondering, what do I need propane for? Well, if you're in a tiny house or an RV, chances are your propane is going to do a few things. It's going to run things like your hot water heater to heat the water. It's going to run your furnace, and it's going to run probably one half of your refrigerator, especially in transit. And it's going to also run your oven and stove, most likely. So you're going to want to know how to properly hook up the propane tanks, make sure the lines are nice and secure, and also change the propane tank out when the time is right. Probably the first thing that you want to know is, well, about the propane tank in general. These are the two most common sizes of propane tanks. You've got a 20-pound right here, and you've got a 30-pound right here. And when you're building your tiny house and you're thinking about how you're going to get propane power, you want to think about how you're going to receive that propane either through a tank. Then you want to think about your connectors, your hoses, and how the propane is going to get from one of these tanks into your tiny house. In a common situation on an RV or a tiny house, you're typically going to have a regulator switch or a transfer switch, and you're going to have at least two propane tanks. Now, when you're looking at the propane tank, you've got a bar in the middle that actually secures the tanks in place. So you just want to tighten that down till it's good and tight. And then you want to think about connecting your propane tanks. Now you'll notice the threading is on the outside of the nozzle to the propane tank. You're going to take your hose and you're simply going to place it on, and just like you would a water hose or anything else that's threaded, maybe even the top of a jar, you're just going to do the old righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, making sure that it is nice and secure. Once you've got your pigtail hose firmly connected to the valve, then you can go ahead and again, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, just open up that valve so that the gas actually flows from the container into the pigtail hose. The transfer switch is on every single propane situation that you'll encounter. The transfer switch is very basic. It essentially directs the supply, the propane supply, either coming from the left tank or coming from the right tank. So all you're going to do is when you have your tank hooked up and you want to use the gas from that tank, you're simply going to take the supply indicator and push it towards the direction of the tank, either to the left or to the right. You'll see by the glass indicator as to what tank you're actually using. Red means there's no gas. Green means you have gas. Once one of your propane tanks has run out of gas and it's time to have it refilled, you're simply going to reverse the entire process. You're going to turn your propane tank off using the valve. You're then going to lefty-loosey your pigtail connection, pull it off, remove your propane tank, and take it to your local hardware store or your local campground to have it refilled. Hey, thank you for joining us for another video from Tiny Revolution. Don't forget, if you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe using the button just below. Otherwise, we'll see you on the web at www.tinyrevolution.us.